Hey everyone, so here we have the third in this little set of videos, and this is so popular at Christmas, a geometric bauble. It looks quite complicated, but it's actually really easy to do, so I thought I'd show it to everyone. If you can do like a reverse smile line, you can do a bauble. So I'm starting off, if this was working on a client, I'd make sure the entire nail had a base of clear acrylic. I'm then coming in and creating a rough circle using mirror shards in blue diamonds, and then I'm popping a blue snowflake in the centre of that circle. Gonna let that set for like 10-20 seconds, and then I'm going to get a bead of clear acrylic and make sure it's very dry. So I'm going to remove quite a bit of the liquid out of the back of it, because I don't want it moving all over the place. I want it quite solid, easy to kind of sculpt and keep exactly where I want it. And I'm going to pop that bead of clear acrylic right on the top there. And then I'm just going to pat it into place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my brush to create a circle, basically. So making sure all of that glitter is encapsulated. And then just using my brush to go round and create a circle. And this is why you want a quite dry acrylic, because if you come on with a wet acrylic, all it's going to do is just kind of dribble off the side. Make sure every now and then just pat it flat, because you want a nice disc of acrylic. And this is, you want to be working the thickness you want your nail, because obviously when you put your background colour on, as you file through, you want this bauble to show through, so you want to be working the thickness you want your finished nail to be. So when you're happy with that, I'm just going to let it set. So if you were doing a design on a full set of nails, you would do your bauble and then you'd do your other nails on that hand, and then you'd come in and you'd use your file to file in that bauble. Now, like with your reverse smile lines and things like that, you want to be pushing against the acrylic, not down onto the natural nail. But this is why, if you're working like on natural nails rather than a practice tip, you always want a base of clear acrylic, just as a little buffer, because you don't want to be filing on like directly onto that natural nail. Give that a good dust off, and then I'm going to put the background colour on, which is CJP Snow White. And I'm just going to start at the cuticle area and work my way down. So if you overlap the bauble a bit, don't worry, because when you file through, it will show through. But you want to make sure that acrylic goes right up. There's no gaps, no air bubbles. And then you're going to add a bead at the bottom and blend it up. You can also do an ombre, so if you started with like a white at the top, you could blend down into a blue, or do like a normal ombre, so you could start with your white at the bottom, blend it up, and then come down with your pink, and make sure you get your ombre nicely at either side of the bauble. And there you go. When you're happy with the shape and structure and everything of that nail, just let it set, and then it's time to file it all in. And as you file, you can see that circle shines through. Now, this is such a popular design at Christmas, so do have a practice and a play and learn to do a bauble, because your clients will love it. Okay, I'm going to file that all through, give it a good dust off, and then top coat. So I'm using the CJP LED Top Gloss. And then I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds in my LED lamp. And then I'm using my Crystal Nails Royal Gel. And I'm just going to create like a bow right on top of that bauble. And then I'm going to use that dotting tool just to create like, you know, like hanging bead chains you get as like alternative or alongside the tinsel on the tree. I'm just going to do a few little lines of dots. A small one behind, and I'm going to do a long one that comes down behind the bow. And at the side of the bauble. And then I'm going to use my Crystal Nails Long Zero brush. And just then, all I was doing is really kind of wetting the bristles with the gel. I don't want to be adding an excessive amount. And then just putting that through those dots. And then I'm going to sprinkle over some of the Christmas Superfine called Twilight Sparkle. Make sure it's all covered, sprinkle it on, then I'm going to cure that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then once it's all finished and cured, I'm just going to brush off the excess. And there we have it, guys. So that's third and final in this little set of Christmas designs. I hope you've enjoyed that. Any questions, comments or requests, just comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!